I wanted to bring up the next performer, which is Jen Kirkman, and I wanted to say something about, you even had a joke about it once. You give off this impression that maybe a nerd could date you.
Yes.
Jen Kirkman, ladies and gentlemen.
On Tuesday nights in the summer of 1996, I could be found at Boston's Logan Airport white-knuckling a swivel chair at a self-help group for fearful flyers called the Plane Gang. Our fearless leader was psychologist Dr. Bob Collins, who promised to rewire our brains so that we associated thoughts of flying with relaxation rather than catastrophe. I hate when people try to change my mind about my flight apprehension. They always say, "I'm not afraid to fly. If my time's up, that's it." Well, I'm not some hippie who can give or take life. My father had to drive me to the support group because once the signs for the airport appeared on the highway, I'd start sweating and hyperventilating. The first night of class, Dr. Collins opened the blinds to reveal a Delta 747 staring us in the face. Had the window been open, I could have reached out to pet its little plain nose. We all gasped. He said, "My friends, this is an airplane, and in 12 weeks, you'll all be flying the friendly skies. You will not drink coffee, smoke cigarettes, or have any sugar or alcohol during this 12-week course. It'll make you anxious." His cigarettes peeked out of his shirt front pocket as he pointed out, "Well, I'm not the one who's afraid. I can do what I want." I was the youngest member of the Plane Gang by about 20 years. People were put off by my dad sitting off to the side observing our class. He often spoke out, "Boy, Doc, Jen gets real scared." Dr. Collins would say, "Mr. Kirkman, we're not here to reminisce. We're here to get mad at the fear." One man in class was concerned that our graduation flight would get stuck in orbit just like in the movie Apollo 13. Dr. Collins shouted at him, "Stop it, you're a grown man. You know that a plane can't leave the Earth's atmosphere." He said, "I didn't know that. I'm not a pilot." I was a faithful student, meditating to Dr. Collins' tapes for an hour a night, and by week 11, we practiced sitting on a parked plane. Our graduation flight was a 45-minute plane ride from Boston's Logan Airport to New York City's LaGuardia. Word spread quickly among the business travelers that they were with phobics, and when the plane took off, they burst into applause. "You did it!" I kept thinking that the real test in life is going to be flying without my fellow phobics, a psychiatrist, and a pilot that says, "Good for you, there really is nothing to fear," over the loudspeaker. We landed safely, but suspiciously behind schedule. The pilot had to circle the airport a few times and didn't tell us why. The other phobics cried tears of joy when we landed. All I could think about at the airport as I prepared to board another flight right away was, why did we land late? Why did the pilot suddenly stop talking to us over the loudspeaker? I hung back until I could be alone with airport security and asked them what was going on. And they informed me that all flights were delayed because earlier that morning, some suicidal nut threatened to strap a bomb to his body and blow up the airport. I started drinking caffeine again, abandoned my breathing exercises, and didn't fly until 5 years later when I discovered that doctors will totally write you a prescription for tranquilizers. You don't even have to be crazy. Just like Dr. Collins had his motto, "Get mad at the fear," I now have my own motto, "Have Klonopin, will travel."